Welcome to Grandma Bunny's Adventure Time. Today, we're putting our books aside and stepping into our own adventures. No matter where we go, we always bring our imaginations with us. In all the wide, wide world, where do you think we're going today? This is in Washington State. This old growth forest. It's in a place called Hoodsport. But it's not easy to get to. No, not this beautiful place. It takes a truck that can go on some rugged roads. But I have a dear friend who brought me here because she and I both love being here. Can you see the breeze just teasing the leaves? Look at the path. The path goes for quite a while in this old growth forest. Green. Such a simple word that for most people just means one simple shade of green. But look at these colors, all green, but so many different shades and tones. When I am in the forest, I take deeper breaths. I breathe in the life that's just there. All around, I feel so peaceful. I look at these old trees and I think, what a marvel, what a miracle. And I get to be here in this magical place. I love the moss. Of course, Sophie and Inky also love moss. Remember when they fell into the trees, all covered with moss? There's a few things I want to tell you, but mostly I want you to, I hope, experience just a little bit of how I felt when I was here. I'm looking down. That is lichen. I love lichen. Isn't it beautiful? All the lichen feeds the forest. It brings it more nitrogen. See, I'm trying to show you so many things. I get so excited. Here we go. A little deeper into the forest. I wish I could tell you all the names of everything, but I can't remember all the names. But that's okay. One of the things that's lovely about magical places is just let some of it be the mystery that it is. Just be where you are. The magic of green, fresh, alive, growing. The forest is large, but you can make yourself a tiny kingdom with magical green. All you need is maybe a tiny little pot or a tiny little place in a backyard or on a patio where you can put a pot with some dirt and try to grow just some little new thing. A flower. You could even grow a tiny vegetable. Do you know that zucchini can grow almost anywhere? But you probably want more than a flower pot for zucchini. Isn't this lovely? You can tell it was a lovely day. But then sometimes I like to walk in the rain. Raindrops are quite talkative. Split spat, split spat. I will take you for a forest walk in the rain sometime, but today it's not raining. When I was a child, one of the most wonderful things that I would do, I would take myself for a walk in the forest because I lived in a little pink trailer with my grandparents. But that little pink trailer was the closest trailer to the forest. And no one seemed to worry. I think they figured out that, oh, she seems to show up every night for dinner, so off I would go. And even then, I knew how lucky I was to be in the forest, to be able to walk and see the flowers. Especially, in the spring we had apple blossoms. And I could see those apple trees and their beautiful pink blossoms from the window in the pink trailer. My grandmother was quite fond of pink. And so she would let me go and bring home a couple apple blossom branches and put them in a vase on the tiny table in the tiny trailer because, after all, they were pink. You know what I wish? I wish you were actually here with me. And wish we could do this together. For real. Oh, my sweets, I wish you magic and nature. I wish you the joys of every flower and every tree. Now, in one of the chapters, Sophie is pouting, and she's lying across a nurse log. And she's talking with Inky Top. But I want to tell you what a nurse log is. A nurse log is either a fallen tree, or sometimes it's what's left of an old standing tree. But what the nurse log does is it allows new life, new growth. So when you see a nurse log in the forest, what you're going to see is a whole bunch of new baby trees. I like that. I think maybe they should be called grandma and grandpa trees instead of nurse logs, but okay. I can go with nurse logs. You know, when you go for a walk in the forest, if you happen to be with people that are in a hurry, just say, could we slow down a little bit, please? Could we just sit here, right now, under this tree? Could we spend some time with this tree? And I'm going to give you a tip. If you have people that say, oh no, we can't stop, we must rush, we have places to go and times we need to be there, just say, but my toe hurts and my shoe is untied, and wait, I think, come up with some little reason. You don't want to scare anybody like, oh, I think we shouldn't go too far too fast because I think I heard a tiger. No, don't do that one. I think back to an untied shoelace. Now, some people can tie a shoelace quickly, but take your time. In fact, maybe get confused and say, now, does the lace go under or over here? And I'll tell you something else. If you stop and just stay quiet long enough, all those people that think they're in a great big hurry, I'll bet they'll stop and listen and take a deep breath and say, oh, well, maybe we don't have to rush. Maybe we should all sit down and tie our shoelaces again. You'll hear some birds. I wish I could tell you their names too. But the most important thing is you get to hear them sing. You get to hear them talk to you. That's better than knowing their names. Oh, a nurse log. Isn't that lovely? Look at all those baby trees. Can you count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc. I'm going to guess there's at least 20. Can you see the mountains over there? They're not the Himalayas, but they're much shorter and much greener. I think each branch of the tree is a path that's going somewhere. I think that's why I love to just stare at them. It's like, where is that branch going? Look at what it's pointing to. And they're all dressed up in beautiful green moss. I think if I wanted a job in the forest, it might be, please, Grandma Bunny, go and pet all the trees in the forest. Pet all the moss in the forest, and then come back and tell us how the trees felt. Were they able to relax more? No, they don't need to relax more. They make me relax. They're very, very clever that way. Now, if you can go to a forest that has moss, please be sure to pet the moss. It's very soft, and it loves it when people gently pet it. True story. And by the way, please feel free to hug a tree. Oh my, that's the start of a poem. Would anyone like to finish that poem? Please feel free to hug a tree. Just to say hello. If you have any ideas of how to finish that poem, please let me know. Do you know that's one of the places that I think fairies hang out? It's very hard to meet a fairy in the woods. They're very shy. But they're there. So always be polite. You can always say, "Hello, fairies. Hi, it's me." Just to let them know that you want to say hi and offer a greeting. The other thing that's lovely about the forest, now it's very still in the forest today. But when there is a breeze, that's music. Oh, what a lovely day in the forest. Now we will come back many, many, many times. So, when you see Grandma Bunny's adventures, please join me, because it'll mean we're in another magical place outside, and I would love for you to come along again. So, happy trees, my sweets, happy trees.